Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Bob here, and as you can see I'm playing some... Oh, we're running out, we're getting left behind. Yeah, I'm playing some Project Gorgon today. As you can see, I'm in the Goblin dungeon with a group of peeps who, yeah, we're just running through doing some, clearing out some bosses and opening chests and stuff. I assume that's what we're going to be doing. Someone's AFK at the moment, so we'll wait for those. I thought I'd kind of update you on what I've been doing really in the game. I mean, I took a break from the game for a few weeks because I kind of like spent a lot of time grinding up alchemy and then battle chemistry for like an area effect kind of build. But then they essentially nerfed AOE damage, which was which was fine. I mean, it was a bit out of whack, I think. It's a bit out of whack at the high level, but as tends to happen in these situations, is that it's it affects everyone essentially. Let's just ask the question. Green and purple. I really don't mind where we go. Yeah, it kind of if it ends up affecting everyone, so even the people lower down. And I noticed it. It kind of mucked up what I was hoping to do. I mean, it wasn't the end of the world. But yeah, it just made things a bit less fun for a period of time. But I've come back and I'm kind of playing again. So yeah, we will see. You've got to be careful here because these elementals got a huge aggro range, and they do get pulled all the way from the other room. But I think we're kind of okay by the looks of things. We'll see. Yeah, so I thought I'd just do a little video showing you some dungeon exploring. We're not going to bury these, I don't think. I kind of know what people are doing with looting. Looting's weird, really. I mean, I've been in a couple of groups where people just hoover everything up and you don't get anything. And I'm the sort of person who'll just I'll just leave it as that, basically, and not say, hang on a minute. Well, I did say it yesterday, actually. I was in a group and I kind of wasn't getting any stuff. And I said, look, what's going on with the looting? Are we just hoovering up stuff as quickly as we can, or what? But apparently it was just a duo, me and someone. But apparently it was more the case of the fact that we need some power here. Yeah, it's more of a case of the fact that we didn't have the looting right set up properly. But you do get situations where people do. You've got to be careful of that, where people will just hoover stuff up. As you can see, I mean, like these guys are just discriminately going through, just looting everything. And you kind of you get nothing really, which is a bit frustrating. But that's just how people seem to play the game. Almost you do kind of get some of that going on. So if you're not quick, you get zilch essentially. So yeah, this is normally quite a problematic area. This area, particularly if you're low level. If you're a bit lower level, but we're pretty high, so yeah, we seem to be doing okay. I should probably be. I mean, I'm staff, so I should probably be. And I think I've got the highest armor. No, I haven't, not quite. So I should probably be doing the tanking really, but I don't think it seems to matter too much in this situation. So yeah, so what am I doing? So I've been. Before I kind of took a break, I was in a situation where I was just leveling loads of skills. I've got loads of skills between 40 and 60. As you can imagine, I've wasted a load of time trying out skills, which I've enjoyed, so it's not too much of a waste of time, but I've kind of come back and I'm trying to focus on stuff. So, I mean, battle chemistry at the moment seems to be my favourite skill, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to incorporate it into like a build, essentially. Don't tell me to body pull, for God's sake, I know what I'm doing. But then my thing goes and yeah, my golem there decided to go and pull everyone. So then things go a bit haywire, as they have here. But the group's pretty strong. I think what's going to happen is people are kind of going to run away. The pig has died actually. I think I'm going to die as well by the looks of things. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was my fault there because I was kind of body pulling, but I forgot that the mob was a ranged mob. So my stupid bloody because you know, having control over your pets in this game is a bit of an issue, particularly when you're in a dungeon. They don't tend to work particularly well, which can be a bit frustrating. I'm hoping I can just probably sprint for all this stuff. I should maybe change. So he's pulled a load of stuff that's... If I'd sprint, I'd be alright. What I don't want to do is just re-aggro all these mobs. Yeah, let's get back to what I was talking about, because I've kind of mucked up there. Yeah, so I've been... Battle chemistry seems to be the one that I really like from a skill point of view. But as it stands on its own, it's... you kind of need to really be thinking about what you're going to be putting with it, because the skill itself is... It's got some area effect damage, but that's about it. And the area effect damage is not that great unless you've got some sort of... I've still got a long way to go here. I'm going to change to shield. I can't do that while I'm in combat. It's frustrating. I think I should keep running then. Yeah, it's got some area effect damage. It's got some buffs and stuff, which is why I like it. It feels quite shaman-y in that sense. But part of the problem with it is that it you know, if you're fighting a single mob, you haven't got a lot to go on. But that's fine, because obviously that's the way the game works. That's why you get two skills. You know, you mix them together, and you form a build that works. So I'm trying to work out what to put with battle chemistry. I really like staff and animal handling as well. So my builds in the end might be based around those kind of, maybe a staff. Battle chemistry seems to work quite well. Maybe animal handling, battle chemistry, or animal handling staff kind of thing. But one of the things I would recommend, and that I've discovered, is that you kind of really need to be in a situation where you kind of push on with some skills, because I made the mistake of going through and doing lots of stuff. And while it seems that that's a good idea because you can be everything, what happens is that what happens is you get to a point where all of the equipment, not all the equipment, but all of the skill, they're really expensive to raise if you're not super duper rich, you know. So to when you get to level 50, it stops you gaining XP. So to go higher than that, you need to... Oh, here we go. We've got some... Let's chuck some area effect around. I think that's always probably quite good. Yeah, when you get to level 50, you have to pay to then progress from there. And the problem you have is that it just costs a lot of money. You know, let's get that on that ice mage, actually. I'll hit him with my big skill. I was kind of hoping to, anyway. Just go running around, randomly trying to kill stuff here. It's I'm out of thingy now. So I think the pet there's the pet that the animal handler is currently using, which is apparently one of the best pets in the game. Am I blocked or something? Why am I not moving? I don't know. Oh, I was stuck there or something. Yeah, that hissy there is apparently one of the best pets in the game. So he's come straight for me. That's really annoying. I've got no power. I need some power. There we go. I think I'm noticing that my food is just not very good. I've been trying cooking myself, but yeah, it's just not good. So my situation where when I'm out of power and if your group is just constantly pulling mobs, then I get in a situation where, you know, I've basically got nothing. I'm standing there, which I think might be quite overcome quite well with. I'm not going to keep picking up this stuff, which might be overcome quite well with pet, actually, with the animal handling. Yeah, so animal handling, staff, and battle chemistry are three skills that I'm really liking a lot. So I'm trying to make up something around those. If you've got any hints and tips, then please give me a shout. You know, but I'm going to be leveling those skills probably to get everything. I mean, battle chemistry is 50 basically, but actually it's 54 because of some passive bonuses from other skills. So yeah, that's these elements are a nightmare because you just get so many. It's just crazy. Let's see if we can just whittle some down. Problem is, once you start taking damage, and your armor starts going, it's just a. There's no way around. There's no way of avoiding it. You just. I don't know why I died there and no one else did. I think. Well, I think the problem there for me was I'm going to change my skill to battle chemistry skill. Battle chemistry shield is kind of like my mobility skill, because battle chemistry and shield both have, as you can see, a movement speed buff. And basically the two buffs from those skills, even if you're in combat, you still sprint really quickly, so they're really good. It's interesting that the guy who seems to be surviving the most is the I think he's the animal handling guy. Is this one of my groupies? It is. Now he's got himself in doo-doo. We should have just kept running, really, I think. Saved him. He should have just just got to keep running past stuff, really. He probably maybe hasn't got any movement speed, but holy smokes. So I can just blast through this stuff. Well, I don't think he can, which is a bit of an issue. So you've got to get past this boss here, because I would not want to have to face the boss again on my own. That's going to be a bit frustrating. But I think we all died there by looks of things, so I think I'll get to the end of the corridor here and just wait for them to catch up, essentially. Let's put my so as you see here, like I've got extra toes, which is an out of combat buff, run speed buff. This is all battle chemistry. Extra skin, which is like a damage mitigation buff and all that kind of thing. So yeah, so this is the Goblin dungeon, and there's two routes. You've got a green route and a purple route, which you just get different mobs for, essentially. Let's put some buffs on people. So that's where I am. Yeah, so I'm really interested in those three skills. If anyone's got any tips for kind of building around those skills, I know they might not be optimal. I know a lot of people don't seem to like staff, but I'm a staff fan, so yeah. Oh, jeez. I think our group appears to be having some trouble. What's this guy doing? He did a lot of damage. Hammer's really good. Hammer's got a lot of DPS. That was something else I was kind of thinking of, because I kind of wanted to go like a blunt route, like a blunt weapon route. But yeah, but staff just felt a bit better, so that's what we went with. I don't know how the dudes are doing. I think Blue Lightning might have died again, and it's difficult. I think you just got to run. I mean, what I would recommend is it might even be worth people. As I said, I think you should concentrate, because once you get to level 50, it costs you like 10 grand plus to then buy the ability to level to 60. Then you're buying all of your skills as well, so it can be really expensive. So I think that even though you can be everything, I think it's probably best if you. Oh, Hissy's God, that crowed something. I think even though you can be everything, I think it's probably good to, because the skill cap at the moment is level 70. So I'm going to body pull these guys all the way down, all the way back here, I think. Yeah, so and I mean, to open your skills from 60 to 70, I think it's like over 100 grand, which is just crazy. So even though you can be everything, I think it does pay to focus, if possible. I like the animal handler here. He's sensibly keeping his pets back, because they're just, and I'm not going to get my pet out. So that's cool. Oh no, druidic emergency. I unlocked druidism, but I have to confess I have not really we need to go and get blue here, don't we? No, I'm just going to leave him. Where is blue? Where is he? Okay. I don't like leaving group members behind. I understand people just want to push on and do stuff, but is that mine? No. Is he going to start coming down or what? If I actually aggroed the fog, it looks like I have, which could be problematic. That's right. I think his pet's got the aggro, which is good. Good for me. What is he doing? Okay, I kind of get the impression that we're just going to have to go and get him, basically. I'm not sure how the other two feel about that, but I think Esther's hammer's doing all DPS there, definitely. Yeah, the pet's doing a lot as well. Okay. Oops. I think the rest of the group seem reluctant to go too far. I think blue is slowly. Blue is slowly. He's slowly catching up. As you can see, my food is terrible. Like my power regeneration is terrible, and I haven't got none of my spells have got it either, which is just stupid. I need to get out of. At least with like animal handling with a pet, you can do some DPS when you're out of power. It's kind of a bit frustrating. I think we've got a mentalist who's got the power. Maybe I just need to be managing it better, essentially. Oh, here he comes. Oh, he's bringing it all. I think I'll... Staff's got a nice invulnerability skill, lasts for 10 seconds. So like one of my... it's not one of mine. An obvious tactic is just to... just put that on and then just DPS for as much as you can while the 10 seconds is going. Apparently it's really good with fire, because fire area effect damage is really good. So that's what people use it for primarily. Let's give everyone a speed buff, I think, probably. Yeah, I love battle chemistry because it's just got a lot of utility. But on its own as a skill that does damage, it's not very good. So you kind of have to be careful. You have to kind of be careful to kind of mirror it with your right sort of main DPS skill or whatever. But as I said before, I'm repeating myself. But if any of you guys do have any ideas on, on builds and stuff, incorporating staff, battle chemistry, and maybe animal handling, then let me know. I quite like the idea of having a pet, and having a golem and a pet. I think that sounds like quite a good combination. Okay. I think the thing is that you get kind of a couple of guys who know that you have to body pull and be careful, but everyone kind of goes steaming in on their own, which is then when people die. It looks like I'm the puller. This is just some dungeon action. You can see, I mean, it's very different to so I'm trying to pull them back, but then they're just fearing them, which is a bad idea. So, oh Jesus. Oh dear. Okay, well, there you go. See if we can just beat them down. This is, I mean, I think that this is a particularly dodgy area where you really, really need to think about what you're doing with regards to. They've got a lot of hit points as well, these guys, you see. So it's difficult, like for me, to take one down on my own because my build is not particularly DPS focused. Are they running? I don't know. I think it might be running. I think we're dead again. Yeah, we are. Someone feared there, and yeah, that was a bad idea. I've got a necromancer here who wants to get his pets, so we'll wait for those. This Estre hammer is really, really good. Lots of damage. Okay, this has been a bit of a ramble. I do apologise. The other thing that I was going to talk about that was quite interesting is that I the kind of like the nerfing thing with regards to I've lost some armour for some reason. Why am I 20 armour down? Triggered and getting triggered. What have I put on that's caused me to lose 20 armour? I've got no idea. I don't want that. It's rubbish. He's got some pets. That's cool. Here we go again. I think here we go again. Where's blue? Are we all here? Oh, blue's down there already. Okay. I like these necromancer animal handler. That's a strange combination. If you like pets, though, it works. Obviously, it's yeah. So going back to the thing with the nerf stuff, what I thought was quite interesting was that as someone who, it's interesting to see what's going on with Pantheon, because as someone who's played P99 for a long time, we haven't really well, you know, I say we, you know, those of us who only play P99. We haven't been used to. Oh wow, that was a big hit. We haven't been used to. We haven't been used to nerfs. Essentially, you know, it's not. We know exactly what's going to be happening with stuff, and that's all we've ever known. You know, so when you're faced with a live game, you're going to get nerfs and stuff. It's interesting because you then think, oh, I forget about this. This wasn't something that I kind of remembered as a thing, you know. Or this is not something that I'm used to, you know, dealing with these nerfs. I think we're just pulling these. I mean, we could probably AoE these down actually, but okay. Pet's gone in. Oh, I've got a level in staff. Awesome. So out of power again, though. Let's give him a Phoenix Strike. That's one of my favourite skills. Phoenix Strike there. Blah. We're clearing stuff. We're clearing down. Yeah. So kind of talking about the whole Pantheon thing. It's going to be quite interesting because we're not used to. We're not used to like nerfs, or I'm not anyway. You know, not playing a proper live MMO for quite some time, and I do wonder and kind of I guess worry a little bit on how the the Pantheon devs are going to deal with nerfing and just customer service stuff in general. You know, because I don't think that. I think particularly, I think this sort of shows. I think it's easy to build. It's easier to build MMOs now. I think because of the, you know, you can kind of hire an engine and use assets, and everything's just a little bit easier. But I do wonder about the customer service side of things and how many people they've got, or they're going to have to deal with this kind of stuff. So the first thing obviously is going to be like nerfs, like how will they deal with nerfs and things. But the other thing is how they deal with customer service issues, because this is essentially a live game where there's going to be, you know, there's going to be no instancing. And the thing is that I know that we all like to look through rose-tinted specs at things, but EverQuest, I remember it being a shit show from a customer service point of view. From the point of view of the customers, you know, the people just acting like douches, and the way that the customer support people dealt with it. So that's going to be a big thing, I think, with regards to the success of the game. I'm sure after teething problems, you know, the game will work fine. But I think that we're going to be looking at some interesting situations with regards to customer services now the game works, because Blue Lightning died again, I think. Just I mean, I've died a few times, but I think he's just let's go for some AoE stuff here. Yeah, but that's going to be I think the interesting thing to look at, not the game or the mechanics of the game itself, but how you know, how things are going to work with regards to customer services and dealing with problems. Because I watched the latest streams, and the problem I find is that people kind of when I watch the streams, these guys, they kind of seem to have like a very they play the game in a perfect way, is I guess what I'm kind of trying to say. They play the game in an ideal world where they're developers and they're all friends who talk about the game every day and stuff, and they're all, you know, they all play the game in the same way. But a lot of people don't do that. Yeah, but a lot of people don't play that way. You know, most people don't play that way. Even on P99, where, you know, everyone knows all the stuff. You know, you still get crap constantly on a daily basis. You know, you get people who get into crap, and that's just, I think, the way of the world. That's just how people are. But when I listen to the developers, I don't feel that that's how they feel. I feel that they were in a dungeon and they were talking about how it's really cool because on this floor there's some dungeon. There's some on this floor. There's some mobs of a certain level. You get a group here, just upstairs. It wasn't very far away. Like the mobs are a different level, so you get a group there. And I'm thinking that's not how it's going to work. You know, these groups will be fighting for mobs, and there's going to be aggro and tension and nonsense. And I feel a bit sort of you know, how are these guys really going to deal with this problem? You know, what they seem to think that I think we need to kill the crystal. This crystal here as quickly as possible. There we go. If you kill the crystal, all the mobs despawn. I think we just about managed it there. As I said, they live in an ideal world and they play the game in an ideal way, and people don't. And I wonder, I hope that they're going to be more realistic about how, you know, how this is going to be, how things are going to be, you know, how they need to realise how people are going to play the game. And I'm not saying it just to you know, be what should we say? Just have a pop at the devs. You know, when I look at it, it genuinely feels as though these guys just expect everyone to play the game as they do, and they're living in a bit of a fantasy world with regards to that. So it's going to be interesting to see how it works out. Sorry, I'm kind of a bit distracted. I'm trying not to be. So that's kind of, it was interesting. It was interesting to note that, you know, to see how they play the game. and to listen to them talking, how they kind of, I kind of feel that that's how they think everyone plays the game, and it's really, really not that way. These guys have got a lot more hit points and stuff than I imagined. I mean, I could probably just need to get some power. Yeah, I could probably solo one of these after a long and arduous fight. So yeah, so that's it. I know I'm repeating myself. I do apologise, but we will have to see. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. Oh, let's go back. No. Who are they? Who are he? I mean, he's when they're in range of a friend, they kind of call that friend. But who is he calling? I'm not sure. He's calling this mob that was a long way away, I have to say. We've got some spawns in the corridor as well, by the looks of it. So that's a bit frustrating. I'll put my invulnerability skill on. See if that helps at all. I'm not doing enough DPS to these guys really to, but I think we seem to be managing. So it'd be interesting what you guys think about Pantheon. I mean, maybe I'm getting the wrong impression. As I said, I'm not trying to be critical, but I just get the impression listening to them that they're not being very realistic about how people are going to play the game. So I do wonder how they're going to deal with that. So we're pulling more dudes here. No, the pet's gone in. I think that means that because the pet's gone in, I think that probably means that we're going to be... I haven't got a pet up, have I know? Got no power. That's a real issue. I'll try and focus on one. What's the pet focusing on? Let's focus on one, see if we can just burn one down quickly. A lot of hit points these guys have got, as I kind of keep repeating, you know, so it's difficult. The pets are all over the place as well, just from a point of view of who's attacking what. Oh, there we go. We got one. I think we're kind of managing okay. It's a power thing, though. You know, you do just run out of power really quickly. Let's use that. I think we're kind of okay. Experience is all right, I suppose. There we go. Holy smoke! And they're still coming. I think we need to kill the. I think we need to destroy the gem. Really. Yeah. Oh, I'm out of power again. Damn it. Got it. Okay, so that should have killed all those. Hope you're kind of enjoying this. It's pretty intense. It's a very different way of playing a game, isn't it? You know, it's it's a lot more focused on DPSing stuff down and stuff, but you still have to be careful, and there are still tactics to use. You know, I think it's yeah, still pretty interesting. Out of combat. Let's get out of combat. One of the things that keeps happening to me is like you've got these loadouts where you can just go and let's see what we've got out here. Don't attack it yet. Okay, attack it then. What do I care? I think I'm just going to be puller and save my power for stuff. It's difficult. Like, it's difficult here. Like pet management is a key thing, but I don't think any of this this is going to do much damage, but I'll chuck it on anyway. Yeah, I think pet management is they're kind of they've definitely improved it recently, but it's one of the things that animal handlers and necromancers and stuff kind of complain about. Yeah, just one of those things. There is a crystal. Okay, I think we just need to rush the crystal. I'll put my thing on. I think the problem is that none of us are. Yeah, none of us are. Yeah, we're not singing from the same. Oh, there we go. We did it. There's only two of us though. We're nearly at the boss, so I might as well keep recording. I think the boss is a big crystal. I think we had a death. Have we had a death? Oh, we have. Yeah, that's annoying. That's bloody annoying. Yeah, so that's all I've got to talk about. So I know it was a bit rambling, but at least you're getting a video, right? Yeah, so that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. No, it's not it. Let's see what happens here. I kind of run out of energy from a rambling point of view, though, so we'll see what happens. We've got a druidic emergency going off soon, which is always fun. I'll try and record one of them. I kind of regret choosing druid now. I think it's something that I'll look at trying out a bit later on. But the thing is, druid emergencies are not that bad. You know, the last one that came on, I wasn't able to make it, so I just walked away from the keyboard, came back 15 minutes later, and it was done. You know, it's because a lot of people go there and do it. It's quite good to go to the druid emergencies and get into a group, because you get a lot of high level equipment. So that's it's good. It's good for farming equipment. I think it's like level 50 equipment. So yeah, that's always a good thing. I think when I probably get to 50, are we going to have to go and get him back? Don't know. We don't want to risk a death here, do we? I don't think. Is he looking for his gravestone? Possibly. Oh, he can't get back. That's frustrating. I think we should probably go back. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop the video here. If we manage to get the boss, I will. I'll come back. If not, I'll speak to you again soon.